Hello dear students, welcome back. In previous video we studied about introduction of business services and definition of insurance. Now we will take next topic, principles of insurance. Students, you know that the roots of insurance are connected with the society because insurance services offer the welfare for the society. Hence, it can be said that insurance is not a simple or ordinary contract, it is a special form of contract. Hence, apart from law of contract, the following specific principles are also applicable in this. The first principle is principle of utmost good faith. As contract of insurance is based on good faith, by good faith we mean absence of fraud and transparency between the parties who are involved in the contract. Both the parties, insurer and insuree, should disclose every material fact known to them because the main objective of an insurance contract cannot be of making profit, but it covers the compensation for loss also. If there is any hidden information regarding the policy, it is against the principle of utmost good faith. If the principle of utmost good faith is broken any time, the parties having no legal binding force and insuree cannot get back the premium already paid and he loses the right of compensation. For example, in life insurance, name, address, occupation of insured person, date of birth, age, height, weight information about health of the prosper should be mentioned with clarity. Next principle is principle of indemnity. Indemnity means security or compensation against loss or damage. This principle states that an insured may not be compensated by the insurance company in an amount exceeding the insured economic loss. All the contracts of insurance except life insurance are the contracts of indemnity. The person who takes an insurance policy can get only compensation for the loss and he cannot earn profit. Means insurance is not a medium to make profit. Let's clarify it by some examples. If a person insured product value is 5 lakh but he takes policy of 3 lakh rupees only, then in the event of complete loss or damage of the product, the insuree will get maximum 3 lakh insured amount value and rest amount or part of loss will be borne by the insuree itself. And if the value of the product is 5 lakh and the insuree has insured only for 3 lakh rupees, and if the product is partially damaged, which is estimated at rupees 2 lakh, the insurer will get only 1,20,000 as compensation for partial loss or proportionate amount of 3 lakh, which is total insured amount of the insuree. If the product is insured with its full value, or if product cost is 5 lakh and insured for the full amount for 5 lakh, then in the event of complete damage to the product, because there is full value insurance, the insurance company will pay the full amount of 5 lakh to the insuree. Next principle is principle of insurable interest. The insuree must have financial interest in the product insured. For example, the owner of the house has financial interest in a house, while a tenant of the house does not have financial interest. Or we can say, if the property owner is father, he has financial interest in his property and his son is nominee for his property, so the son has financial interest in his property also. Next principle is principle of subrogation. This is principle of substitution or recovery also. This principle enables the insured to claim the amount from the third party responsible for the loss or damage. And when a policy is taken for an insurable product and if it is fully damaged, an insurance company pay compensation for the damaged products. Ownership will be with the insurance company. And it is not implied in life insurance as this is an issue of life. Dear students, in our next video we will discuss about the types of insurance. Thank you.